Hi, team. Happy Thursday afternoon. Um, a lot of volatility. I wrote in the morning post that volatility is in the forecast and from yesterday. So we had nice run up, and then just got kind of sold off for the rest of the day. I was able to take some good profits on both sides. I was posting on what I was closing that on my short calls, and then added some short puts. I got stopped out of all my long shares because there was just so much, rotation, sector rotation from energy to tech, and then energy picked up again, then it sold off at the end. So it just, again, this environment is very, very choppy. So if you're getting chopped around, you're not the only one, but still, like, just, be careful. Don't go too heavy on shares you're buying. Take profits early, um, into strength, and then tighten your stops. And then what I've been doing, as you've seen, I've been selling premium because that's kind of like what's been, paying the bills right now. Basically, everything that's working. It's been short premium because the VIX is back above 21 for a short period. It's at 20.56 right now, but I hit 21 earlier, so it went all the way down to like 18 something up to 21. So there's definitely a lot of cross currencies and as far as headwinds and just things are all over the place. So on this chart here, I want to show you the picture. I sent you guys a picture about 12:35 p.m. right here, where I was pointing down that I was seeing this kind of breakdown. I had this long, this is 15-minute on the Qs for like about a week and a half, 2 weeks. Um, this is the uptrending channel, you know, lower lows, and then I remember I drew the halfway channel, and then once it broke above, it stayed above, and once it broke below, it stays below, kind of thing. So I was seeing this, and I was seeing this new channel kind of develop, something like this as well. If you wanted to kind of like, not even that, because that's not even something like this. Kind of that's parallel. This line and this line. So now this channel is developing. If you've seen, it's lower highs, kind of going down. When I pointed this out to you guys at 12:30, if you notice this channel right here, it hit its head on the resistance here, and then it just kind of sold off the rest of the afternoon, the last hour or so. So I gave you guys plenty of warning, right here. If you look at the feed on the text, it was at 12:35 when I posted this. So from that point on, you could have been taking profits, timing stops, and that guy has hurt if you got hurt at all. If you didn't, great. But I'm kind of giving you guys here a lot of heads up from what I'm seeing, and things develop pretty much. If you notice here, we kind of sold off here now. Have a little pickup, aftermarket. That doesn't mean anything. Tomorrow we could end up here hitting 350, or we can go back to 365 and hit 370. I have no idea. But this channel, first we have to break the 365 area, which is the upper trend of this channel, and then we had this little hit here, hit here, hit here, hit here, and finally when it broke. So this 364 area, it's also showing us a little bit of resistance now. So if we break above 364, then 365, 366, then we can easily see 368, and then eventually, hopefully, get above 370 again to now resume, back on uptrend. So I don't know. It's Friday, so I don't know if it's gonna be a lot of exposure on Friday. I'm hoping so, because I went from 825 negative delta to now I'm about 450 positive delta, because I took profits. I mean, I had a really, really, really good day yesterday and today. Had a really good week. I feel very grateful for that. Very blessed. Very thankful. So, but I'm kind of taking my positions off as profits, become available. So that's kind of keep that in mind. As you have profits sitting there, go pick it up. Go pick it up and take them, and then readjust afterwards. But if you have profits, if you have, I don't know, 10 contracts or 20, whatever, or 5, take half off, take a few off, take 3 off, take 10 off, and then keep the rest. So if you have shares, If you have 200, 100, whatever, take 50 off, take 75 off. If you have a nice, meaningful profit, don't let profits deteriorate because they move fast. They move really, really fast. So, I don't really have. I went through my scan like I do every day. Every day I scan between 150 to 300 stocks. I don't see anything. I don't see anything that's kind of worth setting up. Plus, I don't want to turn this into a day trading service where I don't want to day trade. We're not day trading. We kind of I'm trying to hold things for a little bit longer period of time, and encourage the same. Again, if profits become available the same day and you have a 20% profit in the same day, hey, by all means, close it and take it. But we have enough setups. But most of again, the sector rotation is in play. Tech is going back and forth. Growth stocks are going back and forth. And then, oil now, it's taking a little breather. So I'm going to go through all those so you can see what I mean. But I have no setups for tomorrow because I don't see myself buying anything on the long side as far as buying shares of anything that might be breaking out from my previous setup. I want this week to end. I've had a pretty strong week, so I don't want to be too aggressive or do anything. I really I don't want to force the issue tomorrow. Just stay very conservative. If I have profits to take tomorrow, I might take them. If things become underwater for some reason or take a little bit of heat, I might roll them and add some more credit. But other than as far as establishing a brand new long in a breakout trade, I'm 99.9% sure that I'm not going to do it. The MT closed at 48, so we're basically in limbo. We're like in the middle ground at 50. So we can go lower tomorrow. We can go higher. So there's no edge. So like I always said, when I have no edge, I don't do anything because I trade probabilities for the most part. So I was mentioning about how this move, it's parabolic, it's not sustainable. Well, here you go, 2 days in a row, down days. I have this new line here as an alert to kind of let me know if this kind of continues this way. Eventually, if you go down a little further, then we kind of break here. I know we kind of going back on the uptrend again. So again, we could see 350 being hit, which is good 700-800 points lower, or we can just kind of grind, let the 90. I mean, we were extended big time, from the 9 EMA, way up here. So we might come back a little bit, retest it, hug it for maybe for tomorrow, a little further lower here. Maybe Monday, kind of test the waters and then kind of go shoot up again, and then turn around Tuesday, we break higher. I don't know, but again, I had a feeling this was not sustainable, as I mentioned, a gazillion times. We trade probabilities. Stocks, XOP, that's the one that I was profitable in the morning because this thing was way up here close to 140. Remember, I have the 130, 140. So anything over 140, I bag 100% return. So it's holding the 9 EMA still. Kind of came down here, so I'm gonna give it a little bit of room somewhere here. If it breaks the 9 EMA, might let it come down to the 21 to enter again. But my stop is gonna be a break of the 9 EMA on what I have right now. Just kind of letting that work. The other ones that I have, Nvidia, again, all these stocks, parabolic, they're not sustainable. So again, 2 days in a row we're down. What does it come down to? Let me reset the lines here. It's been hugging that 9 EMA. It's been hugging that 9 EMA. So hopefully, and then 269 is still here, a viable retest. If it comes back to it, and then hopefully it'll hold a little bit, holds the 9 EMA, and then we start going higher again. I have the 250 and the 260 for next week. The 250 for a couple weeks away, and for next week the 255. Sorry, yeah, no, it's the 260. So I'm good. I still have 12 points away. I mean, at the market, kind of picking up again. Again, that doesn't mean anything. Tomorrow this could be at 265. It doesn't matter. So just observation. So ideally, this kind of hangs around here for a little bit, kind of forces a little bit of a handle nothing too steep. So 250 kind of holds a little bit to 55, and then we kind of put this nice little base here, with a handle, and then we take off. So again, I'm starting to position myself for the long side on Nvidia for a move with selling short puts. What else? I added today Apple. When Apple came down here, I sold the 160. Again, parabolic. So above the 90 EMA, hopefully this right here will hold, which will be maybe like 170, 175 around there. I think this is 170 right here. So 172, 173, even 170. I have the 160. So as long as Apple stays above 160, I'm profitable from here to in 3 weeks. You can kind of wander around a little bit, but then if it takes off again, I might raise it or add some more. What else? Oh, net. Net was a very, very good trade. Remember, net I had sold the 150, and I added the 100. So between yesterday and today, these guys were extremely profitable. I mean, very, very good profit on these right here. I had 10. I had 18 of the 150 short calls, and then I added. In this run right here, I took profits on these, and then I added yesterday when it came down. I added to the 100 for next week. So I have those. Those are a little bit underwater, obviously because it was down today. But again, I still have 20 points to hit there. So and I'm okay with owning this stock at 100. The lowest was 76 on this right here, and then the next low was 80 something, so it was a higher low. So in all essence, we have this uptrend here. So we can go as low as maybe even 90 and still be in the upwards channel. So I have no problem, owning it at 195 around there. I start selling cover calls and generate some more revenue that way. But I don't think it might get there. If it does, hey, whatever. I'll position myself accordingly and I'll manage it, just like I'm doing with the SQ trade. SQ, remember I had the 150. These right here, I'm kind of buying back as I can, as I've been selling puts like crazy on 125 here, generating revenue to make these guys more affordable to buy back and get out of this, because my pain is still right here. My pain is still here. I have no problem having a block, which is this used to be square SQ block. I have no problem with this coming back down to 125 and then hanging around there and then bouncing off again. Let me clear this. The 135 seems to be holding after it broke this 132, 33 area. Again, holding the 90 EMA. If you notice, it held it here, and it's holding it here now. So as long as it stays in this area, maybe even like 130, I'm fine because I have the 125. And again, I have this trend line here that if we extended, this can kind of maybe go to 115, 120, and still be in the uptrend to go higher. So my ideal scenario is to end up closing out these 150 here and then have this trade go from like almost being down a huge amount of money to like break even or even a profit, and then deal with the less painful short calls, which would be the less painful of the short calls will be the short puts. So I have no problem dealing with these rolling. Again, I have the May here, so to roll this to manage it, I got to go to June. So that's extending myself out in time a lot more. I have next week's and 2 weeks out. So I have no problem rolling 3 or 4 more weeks out to generate more credit while this thing figures itself out, and then I can start closing just like I've been doing here. So again, it's just management. Like I mentioned before in the weekend video, I'm building a case study. I'm tracking every single trade that I'm doing here, so I can kind of show it how you can trade from a bad trade gone bad, a bad trade gone bad immediately, and then bad like to worse really quick, to where like your psyche is tested and your confidence is tested, and then how to being able to like pull your bootstraps and manage your way out of it. It's pretty incredible what's going on with this. I'm working this, so I'm building that case study so I can show it. So again, to build your confidence that, especially when if you have shares, there's nothing you can do, but it just gets stopped out and that's it. Obviously, if I would have had shares, I would have been stopped out and that was it. But since you have options give you options, and then I love the fact that you have I have a lot of tools in my toolbox, like I always say, to maneuver my way around to generate enough credits and in other scenarios within the same trade to offset my drawdowns and the one that's gone bad, to then eventually wait around for it to come back, and then the other ones have paid or financed my drawdown. So again, I'll show all that, but this trade right now, it's as it is right now. Let me clean this up. As it is right now, I have the 150 and I have the 125. So it's at 135. I'm perfectly fine. I have no problems. I have the May and I have the April 8th and the April 22nd on here. So that was working really, really good so far. From being really, really bad. And again, I'll go through it in detail once the trade actually comes to fruition. I can actually say I'm out of SQ on all angles, on all sides. I'm not there yet. I still have a lot of contracts to close out. Okay, MSFT. I have the 300. I have the 300 short put right here, which is right at the 200. So I'm okay with this right now. Yeah, it's, obviously the market's been coming down, so this is going to come down. I'm seeing 303 as a support area, and then that 300, centennial, psychological round number should offer some support. And again, it's Microsoft. I have no problem owning Microsoft at 300. It went down to 270, which is perfectly fine. I mean, at the low end, which I don't know anything, but I have a little bit of confidence that these lows, are pretty safe, at least for now. I think we kind of wander around a little bit and then eventually go higher. I don't think we're going to hit, again, I have no idea. The Fed hasn't started raising rates yet, besides the one that they did in March. But again, that's already all priced in. They announced the on March 2 weeks ago the rate hike. And what did the market do? I mean, so the next one is expected. At 50 cents. If they do the same thing at 50 cents, we could wander around and take off again. That's going to be next quarter, so who knows. The other one I have, this one I put a vertical on this. Again, it's kind of holding itself. It's kind of going sideways and doing anything. So if this doesn't break out of 215, 220 in the next week or so, just out of time, I might just get bored with it. Because I'm gonna just wander around here for a little bit. I don't want to do that, so I might just close it out. The one I closed out today was AMR. This was up at one point, like $7 or $8. This is up like 6-7% at one point. So I took profits on this. This was a nice move here. So I sold some puts here on the I think it was the one. I want to say it was a 110, something like that. That I sold. Whatever it was, I made like 35% return in a day. So I took it on this big. I sold it yesterday, and today I had a little bit of a gift, and I took it. So and the other ones that I got stopped out on, all the energy stocks, they all kind of did the same thing. See, they ended up, they went up and then they ended up on the low of the day. Again, they started in 21, so in essence, it's kind of still not, misbehaving too much. But I don't have patience for this. The market is just too choppy. I'd rather have, these scenarios here where, look at these bars, boom, 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 big bars. Look at these bars, tiny little bars, and you're going up. This is where you're making money. You buy it right here at 20. You buy it at 25, or even here you buy it at 19, 25. Again, 5-point move on a $20 stock, that's 20%. So that's kind of what ideally you look for. Especially on these guys. You know, you buy here at 231 and you take it to like, you know, 300, 270, 275. Even here you buy it at 165 and, you know, never violated the 9. Let's say you sell it here at 200. That's 40-point move, man, from like April to July. See, small little bars. Look at here, big bars. A lot of volatility. You know, all this right here, it's like drama. This is where you're making money, right here. These kind of trends right here. Okay, so that's what we look for. There will be times in the year. Again, look at this. Look when this happened. End of May. So May is coming. You know, we had, you know, again here, January, February, March, nothing. Basically nothing. And then once we broke here, you know, in April, we kind of did a little bit of downtrend. So maybe we have a little bit of a downtrend. And then we build this base here. You build this base here, and boom. I don't know. We'll see. And again, once this happened in July, you had nothing. You had drama. And then once you broke the drama in middle of August, you had a little bit of a move, stopped you out. Then you had a nice little setup here again. October, November. So again, the market is seasonal, guys. So here's the seasons right here. And then end of the year. End of the year is usually strong. Boom, end of the year. So the market gives you 1, 2, maybe 2.5 times in a year where you could really make good money. Again, from 165 to 200, that's 40 points. If you have a couple hundred shares, that's $8,000. And then here, from 230 to 300, that's 70 points. That's 14,000. You know, you're looking at almost this could have given you easily 30 grand a year for a 50 grand portfolio. It's a good return. And then again, if you avoid this drama, and you only pick up the uptrends again. If you avoid this drama, and then you only pick up even here, I gave it to you guys here at 270. 270 went to 280. That's still 10, 11 point moves in a day or three or 4 days. That's not bad. And then when it kind of comes back here, you draw the line here, and then you wait for it. So again, the market is choppy. It's the SPY. Again, parabolic move. Let me delete this. Let me just put this here. So now I'm just kind of waiting. Again, holding the 9 EMA. You see it right there. So hopefully, maybe tomorrow hits the this 450, 448, 450 area. This was here was support. I might hold it, and then Monday I might chop around. I don't know. But either way, we had a nice move. There was a good profit taking. We were toppy. We had some nice move down. Took some profits going down. Now the market needs to digest all this. How long? I don't know. But we don't have an edge right now. So tread lightly. If setups hit, you have to buy something very low, small position, very minimal shares, just to test the waters. Okay, don't go too crazy, especially tomorrow, Friday. Have a blessed rest of the evening, and then next video will be the weekend video on Saturday with the new setups and the scan watch list. All right, guys, thanks.